Hi, very good evening, everyone. It is the 3rd of September 2019. I'm going to give you update number 4 on what's happening with my diagnosis, treatment, and what have you, what's happening today, just to fill you in, keep you in the loop. So, today is I've had a really good day actually. I've had a really good day. Today is one of the days on the treatment schedule where plus success rate is that 5% you do have to worry about, and don't take anything for granted. It's like it is still life threatening, although very curable, which I'm grateful for. So turns out after this cycle, I'll get the paperwork actually. Wait, give me 1 sec. Oh dear. Ow. Oh, excuse me. So this is without sharing too much of my information. Is any of my details on here? No, there's not. So this here is the schedule. So from here, it's all a bit squiffy because the days were off. However, when I go back on the source, on the chemo, the day after tomorrow, I'll have one called vincristine, and then I'll have the day after the methotrexate. Now this is the methotrexate, which is why you have to be admitted. So I'll be an output once I finish here. Once I have this cycle, or my stint in hospital now, once it finishes. So let me stop waffling, I'll get on with it. So the methotrexate is on day 10 of treatment, supposed to be. And in that, I have to have a drip with the methotrexate attached to me for 23 hours plus, along with a drip of fluid, along with me having to drink. And that has to be going into me for 23 hours. And I need to pee basically constantly in order to get this out of my system. And they won't let me out at all until that one chemical alone is flushed. That could be anything between 24 hours and 4 days. No one knows, everyone's different. However, if I'm peeing a lot, there's a better chance of that getting out of my system. Now, the day after that is I'll have paracetamol, chlorpheniramine, whatever that is, don't know what that is, and hydrocortisone, which is a steroid, I believe. That's going to be injected through the PICC line, which I've got there. And then on the same day, on day 11, I've got the rituximab, which I think I've discussed, which is part of the immunotherapy. Bearing in mind, I shouldn't have any immune system left for that to actually work. But they know what they're doing. They're putting rituximab into my system. And then it's a waiting game, really, to wait and see how long it takes for the methotrexate to leave my system and for my neutrophil levels to get back to 1+. At the moment, my neutrophil count is 6.25, which means I'm able to go outside without wearing a mask. But as the days go on, the more I receive treatment, my neutrophil count, my antibodies, my white blood cells, they're going to just be destroyed. And I won't be able to go anywhere, and I really will be stuck in here as a prisoner. So there's that. But once I'm out of here, I've been told today for sure that I'm going to be an outpatient, which means all of my treatment I have to travel in for, and I can actually stay at home with my family, which to me is one of the hardest things to do at the moment, is being here away from my kids. And I got to see my kids today, which really was amazing, because I hadn't seen them it just seems forever. And I went downstairs with my brother-in-law because he came to see me all day today, which was really nice. Danny, if you're watching this, thank you. You really brightened up my day. And we went downstairs because he wanted to go and get some fresh air. And out of nowhere, they jumped me, and my kids threw their arms around me, and it was just absolutely fantastic. And even with the back pain, you know, they squeezed me, and I don't care how much my back hurt, I have that pain for them. I don't care. It was just amazing having my kids. It's just to see them for the first time in over a week, or about a week, it seems. It was just magic. You know, so that was brilliant. So now I get to stay at home as an outpatient. I get to see them every day. So that's a great weight off my shoulders. So however long it takes for me to have the treatment, I will have to travel in. However, at the end of each cycle, I'll still have to have the methotrexate, which is an admission back into hospital, because it has to be plumbed into this thing, which has to stay for the duration of my entire treatment. And that'll be 24 hours on the drip, 24 hours on the liquid, and however long it takes for that to clear my system again. So that's what happens with the cycle, basically. And so I've got 2 more cycles, and I just, honestly, I believe the treatment is working. For those who don't know what my problem is, I'm going to share with you my problem, because I know there's a lot of subscribers that have joined recently, and I know a lot of you have joined me off the back of Double Decker Anton, who is a personal friend of mine. I know this man, I work with him, he's an absolute gem of a man. And before I continue, I just want to say that I'm aware of what he's done for me. And I know, I'm aware that he set up a fundraiser which brought a lump to my throat. And just the kindness of that man to even think about doing something. And Average Steve, I can't forget Average Steve. Go and sub to Average Steve. Average Steve had the initial idea, and Double Decker Anton had the follower base and the online presence to make this thing a reality. And between the 2 of them together, they've just shown so much kindness. But more than that, everyone who's donated to the GoFundMe. And one sec, can you give me like 2 minutes?
Okay.
Thank you. Everyone who's made any kind of donation for the GoFundMe that they've set up for me, all I can say is thank you. I never asked them to do that, and it's just the level of kindness people have shown to help me is absolutely thank you. So what's wrong with me is I have a tumour, and it's in my lymphatic system, which is my lymph nodes basically, and I have a lymph node up my bum, and it's the size bigger than one of those. It's a Ferrero, you know. So it's about that big compared to a Ferrero, about half a centimetre up one's ring piece. And that was very, very painful to get checked out and diagnosed. I didn't know it was there, and all because I had a bleed from the back passage. Now, I'm going to say this on every video: if you get any kind of bleed from the back passage, go and see a doctor. You never know what it could be. You genuinely, I didn't know. I thought it could have been hemorrhoids. Genuinely did. Turns out it's a tumour, and that tumour is a lymph node that has just gone way like that, and it is shrinking. The chemo is working, and I do apologise now for everyone who's sending comments on the screen. They're flashing up, and just YouTube on my phone is playing up again. I genuinely can't see them. So I really want to reply to what you're saying. I just can't. It's just like a fleeting message, and I can't. So, but go and see a doctor. But if it's a mole, if it's a bleed, if it's a lump or a bump that you're worried about, don't be proud. You know, don't think I'm not going to get it checked out because it's going to be nothing. It might not be nothing, but if it is, swallowing that pride could save your life, because it's saving mine. I hope it saves mine. I really do. But I believe the chemo's working, because it feels like the tumour's shrinking. I can sit down without being in pain. I can actually go to the toilet and actually go without there being a blockage there. You know, I can go without there being blood. And I mean a major amount of blood. I was losing a good half a cup full a day, to the point where people were saying to me, I look anemic, I'm losing blood. You know, I am losing weight from being here. on average I'm losing 1 kilo a day. Just want to make that perfectly clear. This is no walk in the park. I love my food. Anyone who knows me personally knows I love my food. Chemo destroys your appetite. It does. I mean, I could be sitting here starving, like physically wanting food, and I would have a bite of something. No, take it away. I'm not hungry anymore. You know, and that's the point where you need to force yourself to eat, because you need the nourishment, and they actually encourage you to eat whatever the hell you like. You need the calories, you know. But although I am eating crap hospital food, unfortunately, there's not much I can do. I just want to say a massive shout out to Tony from Cafe Vape in Camberwell and Streatham. Yesterday made me lunch and brought me a bowl of pasta in this, filled to the top of tagliatelle, chicken, mushrooms, chilies, and although I'd lost my appetite, I polished the whole lot off, and it was absolutely amazing. And also John and Becky still, thank you for the card. I did get your card. It really means a lot. You know, so all the support that everyone's given me, all of the support for me and my family, thank you so much. I am going to try and keep everyone updated as much as I can. I haven't got any treatment tomorrow, so you may well see me with a great big smile on my face tomorrow, because I've got no chemo in my system. Obviously, when we get back to it after that, I'll let everyone know. The last thing I will say is I did have the lumbar punch, my second lumbar punch yesterday. It was a lot easier than the first one, although now I'm walking like I've lost my donkey, if that makes sense. You know, like slightly hunched over. The pain is just absolutely unreal. But again, I'll deal with that sort of pain if it means I could have my kids swing their arms around me like they did again today. Any pain is worth that sort of love from your children when you haven't seen them for a week. So anyway, on that, again, thank you so much everyone for subscribing. It means a lot to me, the fact that you can tolerate my voice and watch this and listen to it. And again, I keep saying it, if I can help just one person get checked for something that could be nothing, and saving one person's life, that's all that matters to me, because I'm 35. I never thought in a million years I'd be sitting in a hospital going through chemotherapy because of something that I didn't want to get checked out. All right? Just to help one person, that's all I want to do. And again, thanks to everyone that's donated to the fundraiser that Double Decker Anton set up. He's an amazing person for doing it. Average Steve for having the idea initially. He's an absolute wonderful man. And to every single person that's made any kind of donation, large or small, you're all absolutely fantastic, wonderful people. I love you all. Have a lovely evening.